update on my current investigation into Charlotte County Cop Watch, Andrew Bryant Sheets. I just got a ton of police body camera footage that was released through FOIA requests. I wanted to see how many times Andrew Cop Watch speak. The videos are just absolutely, wait till you see them. They are hysterical. It's insane. And there's some new evidence out there where Andrew is wanting to, he carries a huge can of bear spray, and he says that he carries a concealed weapon, which you're allowed to do that. But Andrew carries a concealed weapons, a gun with him, and he has stated on a recorded line with the police that maybe he should start shooting some of these people that get in his face. He said that either he's going to start shooting them or that he's going to start spraying them with bear mace. So everyone has the right to protest. Everyone has the right to free speech. I think the past month, a lot of these First Amendment frauditors have been targeting schools. They've been protesting out in front of schools. Andy has been to several schools in Charlotte County, and they just recently passed an ordinance where you teach. But I will, I'm going to do a couple videos later and try to get in depth as to why this ordinance was passed for a specific person, for a specific reason. And I can guarantee you that nobody else is going to get charged with any crime if you have a fuck Biden sign or a fuck Trump sign. It all has to do with public complaints about somebody who, let's say, standing on a sidewalk with a picture of a 9-year-old girl calling her a Nazi and then telling everyone that disagrees with him that they're Jews and they should all die in a train in Germany, and calls everybody a cunt and fuck you and things like that. So there's certain reasons why the city had to pass this ordinance, and but the videos. So like I said, I got a lot of body cam footage that just got released. All of Andy calling the police on people who he says are threatening him, harassing him, or stalking him. And like I said, it's pretty hypocritical because he's standing there with a shirt that says "fuck the police," and he's literally calling the police, talking to the police, telling them, he wants a police report. He wants these people charged. Why is it fuck the police, Andy? When you need the police so much, you need the police, Andy. The police don't need you, but they do their job every day professionally. And, Andy loves to go out there. And so I think there's going to be some charges that might be coming up. Somebody did reach out to me and let me know that you are not allowed to have any weapons within 500 feet of a school zone. So, Andy says he carries a concealed weapon. The police do not have the right to search Andy if he didn't commit a crime, but Andy does carry a large can of bear mace. I believe it's 8 to 12 ounces, and under Florida state statutes, any chemical mace over, I believe, 3 to 4 ounces is considered a chemical weapon, which goes against Florida ordinance. You're not allowed to have a chemical weapon within 500 feet or within 500 feet of a school zone. So Andy broke Florida state law about 3 or 4 times. He recorded it, so he self-incriminated himself with his own videos. So we'll see if somebody might have reported that, Andy was, might have had a weapon while protesting at a school. I don't know who would do that, but I'm also going to be posting a link for anybody who wants to file a complaint on Andy. When Andy's out in public doing his protesting, anybody can. I'll post a link to all the videos later, so you can go online. I'll post the phone number to the Punta Gorda Police, and I think I might go out there and just pass out complaint forms, and you can just fill them out right there and file a complaint with Andy, and I'll file it for you because if he's out there and he's violating city ordinances, you have the right to file a complaint against that. And I think the first offense is just a warning, and then it's $100, and then it's $200. And he says that he's going to, file. He's going to get a civil rights lawyer, and he's going to file charges and sue the city. Um, Andy likes to say that he does a lot of civil rights cases. He said he has charged me with harassment. He has charged me with stalking, but I have never been. I've been charged. I mean, he charged me. I went to court, but I've never been convicted. It's all been dropped. Everything that I've done in my protesting, my activism, from Jacksonville to Chicago to here in Fort Myers area, I've been charged with affray, which is kind of getting heated, almost inciting a fight during I think it was a Black Lives Matter rally up in Bradenton. But I was never I was never I was charged, but I was never convicted. So Andy likes to say, well, I was charged with harassment, never convicted. Andy took me to court for stalking, tried to get an injunction on me, was never convicted. The judge threw it out. I mean, I brought so much evidence to disprove his claim. And I even have video where I explained this to the police officer that the judge, I mean, she was literally almost laughing in court. And I seen Andy's lawyer several weeks after that court date, and I said, now what do you think about Andy? And I said, he's a little crazy, and she started laughing. She's like, yeah. And I said, I told you, So I'm going to be posting some of these body camera, the police body camera footages of Andy calling the police. This is when a couple of people, I think one guy threw a beer on Andy, and he said that was battery, and he's standing there with a shirt, like I said, it says "fuck the police," and the chief of Punta Gorda Police, Pam Davis, has a sign that says Davis is a cunt, and he's literally, wait till you see the video. He says, he says there are good cops out there, as long as you're not policing for profit, and it's not a victimless crime. And he said, I'm a victim. And the Punta Gorda cop said, what are you a victim of? And he just stood there and went, fuck you. Andy thinks he's a victim. He's not a victim. If you're out protesting and somebody counter protests you or shows their dissent towards you, or you engage somebody with a back and forth conversation, that's not somebody violating your right to free speech. That's somebody exercising their right to free speech as well. Andy thinks that the free speech, right only applies to him, and that everybody else that doesn't like what he has to say, or everybody else that wants to show dissent or have an open debate with him in public, that they're either a racist or they're a Nazi or they're a fascist, or he calls them Jews, tells them to get on the train and go and die, to fuck off, go kill themselves, calls them a cunt, and uses Andy's trying to trigger. And the thing that scares me the most about this is that Andy, what a lot of these First Amendment auditors do is that they like to bait you into a situation. That's why they have a GoPro on their head, on their chest. They have a camera rolling, and he has his own body camera that he puts on his signs. They try to bait you into a situation, and they want you to react. So Andy said that, that I verbally threatened him. Never have I ever threatened his life or threatened any harm to him. I'm not stupid. He has no video evidence of this, but yet he will continue to say that I threatened his life or I threatened him with harm. No, I called him an asshole. I said he's a fucking piece of shit. That falls under my First Amendment right to call you a piece of shit, And again, Andy, he's trying to bait you. The problem is now I have video or audio of him openly saying that he carries a concealed weapon, and that, he literally told the police, he goes, well, what should I do when someone gets in my face? He's like, I carry maybe I should shoot him. So Andy was, he brought up this subject. I remember in Tampa several years ago, there was this white guy out in front of a convenience store, and there was a confrontation between this guy. This black woman was parked in this parking spot. The husband came out, and the white guy shot the black guy, and the white guy said that it was, Florida has stand your ground laws, but they found out later that this guy was kind of targeting. He carried concealed weapons, and he tried to start conflicts because he was just trigger happy. He wanted to create a situation. He wanted to shoot somebody, and that guy was charged accordingly. So now we have Andy, who goes out several times a week protesting in front of schools, in front of the Punta Gorda Farmers Market, down by the boardwalk in Punta Gorda, with signs. He carries Nazi signs. He carries all kinds of signs with all kinds of verbiage. That person's a cunt. This 9-year-old girl's a Nazi. Fuck you. And he screams at everybody. And he's probably carrying a concealed weapon because, he probably wants to shoot somebody. He literally told the cop that if someone gets in my face, I'm going to shoot him. And he also said that he's going to spray him with mace. So I think that, that's, the public should be aware that, there's somebody out there that is trying to incite a situation, and, his resolution to that is to, he wants to harm somebody. And I hope and pray that that doesn't happen one day. So I'm going to release some of these videos later. Stay tuned. I got to put them together. I got to do a little editing because I just have to show the hypocrisy of Charlotte County Cop Watch Andrew Bryant Sheets. So stay tuned. Videos are going to be coming out. I'll put one out later tonight. I'll put one out tomorrow. Andy doesn't like to show the body camera footage of himself. He likes to show of everyone else. So, like I said, I got the footage. We're going to be posting it later. Stay tuned. I'll see you.